Ladies and gentlemen, today we are seeing new highs in Twitter as well as GoPro. These are the real-time codes. Two top picks in our service, strong buy opportunities as I've been addressing, saying that you could easily become a millionaire by investing in these companies when I recommended. So in the case of Twitter, after closing entirely short positions at $30, I upgraded the stock to strong buy. Ahead of earnings announcement, we predicted the bottom in Twitter at $36.30, and that was an important pullback, a healthy one, where I told you that I was not interested to sell short the stock as before. And I said that this stock will be worth more than $50. So today you have almost $50 in Twitter, and this is equivalent to millions of dollars investing in Twitter on the short side, betting on the collapse all the way down to $30, as we did in fact a few years ago in Facebook, doing the same all the way down to $18 and then upgrading the stock to strong buy. And since then we maintained a long position in Facebook, where also recently we predicted the bottom in Facebook at $58. Today the stock is trading at $74, wonderful profit in Facebook. So Twitter, the same situation with the stock, and refusing also to sell the stock on the gap to the upside, recommending to maintain a long position in Twitter even during the decline to $42 and a half, $43. And that was extraordinarily important because I visualized that the stock could, I repeat, trade at least to $50 again. And here you have a new high in Twitter, as I had the opportunity to tell you, and this has been available for free in our website on several case studies published with live trade calls. This is the case in our showcase, the most recent where you have testimonials, our review, the upgrade to strong buy, and more reviews, also mentioning other stocks where we had been issuing important trade alerts. The case of Facebook, I repeat, GoPro, Twitter, as well as others that are mentioned here. So besides this information, and just to show you that how certain we were going to have new highs in all these stocks, we announced it also on the blog of the company, because we have been seeing continuously bearish calls by several Americans academics that they don't understand anything about investing and trading in the stock market. So if you visit our blog, and here you have a wonderful case study, the most recent in case of Yoico, a stock where we predicted exactly the top, betting on the collapse all the way down to $18 and a half a few months ago. You can see here, if you click on Twitter, do not listen to Robert Schiller and bears, and if you click it, you can see that we had a long position and betting that Twitter was going to rally further, as well as here in the case of GoPro, Vieira, Stock Live News, Vieira says US stocks undervalued. So by investing heavily in these companies, just to give an example, because there are far more, and I can show you the chart in GoPro. Also, I had the opportunity, and you find it precisely on the website, the call that I made in GoPro ahead of earnings, $48.30. You all remember this. The stock plunged to $38, and precise at $38, as I announced in the trading course, the basic trading course, already in July, that was corresponded to my downside, and every single investor all over the world did it again, that is to re-enter, to buy heavily GoPro at $38, and today you have GoPro trading almost at $50, a new high in GoPro, and I already addressed this, that this stock also was worth more than $50. So my friends, as you can see, it is not only Twitter, it is not only Apple, it is not only GoPro. You have plenty of opportunities to become a millionaire investor by doing precisely the opposite of what academic American scam it is announcing, or they have been announcing on the internet, on CNBC, CNN, and many other sites. And if you continue reading the information that you have on the blog, which is completely free, you understand that you should not, for example, have been invested for several months in Sears Holdings. That was a stock that was a scam, and I already taught you about this for free also in a lesson that lasted for more than half an hour. And we continue being bullish the US stock market, and by being bullish the US stock market, adding to long positions. For example, today you can visualize here that GoPro moved on after we posted those news on the blog. The stock moved from $44.80 all the way up to $50. So in one single day, the stock, one of the best gainers on the exchange. Obviously the bottom at $38, as you can see, an opportunity also to be short if you wanted to, from 48 or 45, does not matter, all the way down to 38 to be the bottom, and then reversing again to the long side, maintaining long positions, all the way up to $44.30, then confirming that the stock was not going to pull back much, and by confirming it, that is the pullback that we predicted that would be minimum, that is to say the 44.30 down to $42.80, the stock continued to be a buy, and then you have today GoPro at $50. So two case studies in one single video, the wonderful case in Twitter, and in both cases obviously it is impossible to lose money, since we bet on the collapse in Twitter all the way down to bear market prices, the $30, and then upgrade the stock to strong buy. In GoPro it is precisely the same. Every single alert that we issued in GoPro materialized in millions of dollars in profits, and everything in fact has been explained, the entire methodology, in the basic trading course. So if you want to know more, you have information, including, I repeat, for free, in the blog of the company. And I would like to congratulate those that invested in these stocks, Twitter, GoPro, as well as Apple, Facebook, and so on. And we also informed you about other stock that was going to rally significantly. That is the case with Amazon. We also informed you that other stock that was one of the best opportunities ever in the stock market, LinkedIn, strong buy 145. All the opportunities that we announced in the blog, and bear in mind that you all had the opportunity to invest and to make a considerable profit even after we announced it for free, because all the stocks, they continued rallying significantly, and by posting the information on the blog that these stocks remained undervalued, as the case in GoPro, as you can see here on the headlines, Stock Live News, Vieira says US stocks undervalued. So I think that this is pretty much, I think this is pretty clear, transparent, and if you are not an American listening to these scam academics saying that the US stock market, it is a bubble, you all profited and you are today millionaire investors, because that was a natural consequence, as I've been explaining in the basic trading course. You should not ever follow the opinion of stock gurus, since they have been repeating the same mistake since the very beginning. And as I announced for the past 20 years in the website and blog of the company, I never seen one of them making a good call in the stock market. So you had to obviously do precisely the opposite. That is to say, do not invest in scam companies, as I announced already a long time ago in the case of Sears Holdings, because that stock didn't have any interest whatsoever. You had the opportunity to do it in companies like Apple on long-term basis, because I appealed that stock to strong buy, and I told you that stock will not trade again below the $390. And in case of Twitter and Facebook and GoPro, strong buy investments, I repeat, there are by far more, and to remain invested in US stock market, while this scam academic that I don't know in fact how else to qualify them, not only Robert Schiller but also Acampora, other idiot that has been using the term technical analysis to mislead investors all over the world, that they are continuously bearish the US stock market. And by being continuously bearish the US stock market, that is what I've been explaining for in the blog for 8 months ago. That is a clear that has been a clear strong buy opportunity to remain invested in the US stock market. So we have still plenty of case studies to be published. This is one more, but we also have, for those that they have been subscribers, one very important that is precisely here in Schlumberger, a stock where I also told you to invest and never to sell the stock. And if you listen to my comments, you didn't have ever to trade Schlumberger. The only thing that you had to do, it was to put your money in Schlumberger, as well as I announced the same situation in stocks like in the same sector, Halliburton, and to forget about them. And to forget about them, the strategy that I announced, it was the single best one, precisely to remain an investor in the market and not to be trading or day trading or to listening to these scam academic individuals that then they use institutions such as the Harvard Business Review and others, where they say that stock market prices cannot be predicted. This is one of the biggest scams that I ever heard about in the US stock market, that stock prices cannot be predicted, and that stock prices they have to trade according to their formulas or their fundamental analysis or technical analysis. That is completely ridiculous. Prices, they do not, the stock market does not care about the opinion of these scam academic investors, that in fact they don't put their money where their mouth is, as I repeat the case of these idiots, Acampora, Robert Schiller, or that individual that he ran away, his name is Mark Faber, very well known by some of you, that he appeared continuously on the news every time the stock market sells a bit. The individual has been one of the great contraindicators in the secular bull market. That is the best stock market that I announced that probably you will have in history, and where I used in fact that term when I recommended you to invest in the companies like for example biotech companies, Amgen, other case study that we have to publish, as well as the case in Netflix, other stock that made a new 52-week high recently to $480, according to the trade alerts that you received after the stock declined from that $470 all the way down to $418. So every single opportunity has been discussed here, immense level, a number of opportunities, not necessarily to trade the stocks, but to remain invested, except the case of some companies in the US where we announced a long time ago, as it was the case with, for example, Sears Holdings, that by being a scam company driven and by incompetent management, and one of the worst investment managers that I ever seen in my life, that company should not ever be in your portfolio, because you had by far better opportunities elsewhere in quality companies and not ever in scam companies that they are speculative instruments. Thank you.